There's a couple things I'm going to ask you. Okay, I'm going to ask you. Can you pull up the delusional calculator?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to take the numbers for your ideal man, and we're going to look it up as a percentage. Okay, because this is something a lot of ladies don't know. Now, the thing is, for you ladies, obviously you live in Las Vegas. You're exposed to a lot. You guys are all on social media. You're exposed to a lot men, a lot more than your ancestors were. Do you understand that, right? More men have seen you in your life than your great-great-grandmother did in 1850, right? Your great-great-grandmother may have met a total of 15 men in her entire life, maybe 10. And you guys have been, I'll bet you if we go through your impressions on all 4 of your Instagrams, we're coming up on 4 or 5 million impressions a month, right? So this is a very different world that we live in. But with that being said, one of the things that I think a lot of women don't understand is how few men there are. Like, for instance, how few men are over 6 feet tall. What do you guys think? Would you take a guess?
Man, I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of like shorter guys. I feel like for me, especially being a tall girl, it is so hard to find a guy that's like way taller than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8". Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, definitely as far as like that goes. Yeah.
What percentage of men do you think are over? Just in the United States.
Okay, just I'd say probably like 40.
40% of men over 6 feet tall. What do you think?
Yeah.
30.
30. What do you think?
Probably like 20.
20. What do you think?
I was thinking the 40 too.
40. Yeah, it's 14% of men are over 6 feet tall.
Woo.
Yes. Once you get, yeah. See now, there's the first expression. We can look at Maddie's face real quick.
I just think everyone's tall.
Yeah.
I think,
Okay. So good.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2". So I think everyone's tall.
All right. Good. Get ready because this whole show is going to be just like this. Okay. So now 14%. Now when we get to 6'3", what percentage of the population? What do you think? Just blurt out a number real quick.
4.
You know it's lower than 14.
Like, yeah, like probably like
4%.
4. Yeah.
What do you think?
I wanted to say
6'3".
10.
What's 6'3"?
Yeah,
What do you? It's 1% of the population is over 6'3".
God
Wow.
damn.
Yeah, 1% of the population. Now, what happens is, where do you guys live here? A 6'4" gorgeous former male stripper turned VIP host walks you into the fucking nightclub, has tried to fuck all of your friends, sneaks in your DMs. You understand what I'm saying? So
I got another question. What do you think the average height of the average American male is right now? Average height.
5'6".
Probably 5'8".
5'8".
I would say like 5'8".
5'7".
It's interesting that you would think 40% of men are over 6 feet tall, but the average American male is 5'8". That doesn't make any sense. It's 5'10".
5'9".
5'9". Sorry, yeah. So 5'9" is the average North American male. Okay, got it. Cool. So
Tom Cruise, 5'7".
cool. So we're gonna go now. The other thing is, I'm just curious. What do you think the average guy makes in the United States? Like household income for one person, single male. What do you think?
Average, maybe probably like 80K.
Wow. What do you think?
400,000.
Average man
Oh,
does not make
average
400,000.
man. Yeah, we're talking about annual, right?
Yeah.
200,000.
Average man make 200,000. What do you think?
I don't know.
Girl.
I don't know.
I don't know. Realistically, with everything that just went on in the world, I don't know, maybe like 70,000. I know that sounds crazy, but average male, 70,000
Average man.
Okay.
before tax.
Wow, this whole time I was thinking like 60.
Interesting. Yeah, it's $37,000 a year.
Oh,
Fuck.
Oh, interesting. So 1% of men are over 6'3". The average, the median take-home pay is $37,000. For a household, it's $69,000 for a household.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, you guys are used to being, hey, I went to the club. The guy spent $15K bottleman, and he makes $4 million a year. Isn't that how most men are? No. The guy, seriously, if we were to go to Walmart and you were to see like the Filipino cashier who's 5'2", you don't even notice him. When it comes to dating, you literally don't even fucking see him. And that's the thing. That's one of the things we're trying to bring up is that like the world is not what you think it is. Just when you're here, like when women complain that men cheat, the number of men that cheat is extremely low. Most men don't have the ability to cheat. Most men don't have any chance whatsoever to cheat. Do you guys understand?
It's just men in Vegas.
No, it doesn't men in Vegas. That's funny. That's funny. No, but a lot of men in Vegas will come here because they have an advantage. Like the guy who works security at the nightclub takes fucking roids. And he works like 3 or 4 different jobs, and he's been with hundreds of women. The average North American male, how many sexual partners do you think he's had in his life?
60.
60. What do you think?
Wait. You said average? Like 6.
6. What do you think?
5.
5.
I'll say probably like like 8 to 10, probably
8 to 10,
average. Yeah.
Y'all start undershooting
It's
now.
amazing. You guys are getting it. Yes. So the answer is 5.
Yes.
It's 5. It's,
Whoa.
it's 5 for. I thought it was 7. It's actually 5. It's 5 for men.
We
It's
looked it up this morning.
It's
actually.
3. It's 3 for women. Now here's another thing. I just because I don't want to make you guys guess, but for men, the top 5% of men or top 5% of women have had 35 sexual partners. The top with the most number of sexual partners. The top 5% of men have had 150. So it's a little bit more skewed towards men at the top. Whereas so for men, it would look like this. Like so. Well, actually, let me express this before we go forward. The number of men that have 0 sexual partners, or in the last, say no sexual partners in the last year. What percentage of men have had no sex in the last year? Domo, you know because I brought this up on your show. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I got it.
But
Yes, go for it.
you said the percentage of men that have
that fucking
no...
Sexless guys.
Sexist guys. That weirdo who does the crosswalk at the school, all of them. The guy who fucking gives you your...
Should we give him the age range?
No, 18 to 30. You're right. So the guy who fucking gives you your fucking food at the drive-through, the percentage of them that have 0 sexual partners in the last year.
10%?
What do you think? 10%. What do you think?
I would say like 30.
30. What do you think?
Maybe like 30. I don't know. That sounds like an unhappy, like married man. You know,
Go ahead.
You could go a full year without sex.
I was thinking like 70, 75.
70% of men have had 0 sexual partners in the last year.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
They all go online.
That's
They're all
no, it's not. It's not. No, no. I mean, I'm just. It's interesting you say that. Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah. So it
That's
used to,
fine.
so in before 2008, the number was about 16%. Now it's 33%. It's almost doubled in the last decade because in 2008, what happened? What happened, guys?
Social
What happened in 2008?
Social media.
social media.
The Facebook app went on the iPhone. That's essentially what happened in 2008. And from that point forward, you're right. Men's ability to communicate with other women became almost non-existent. Does that make sense? And it got significantly worse and worse. Social media did not make it easier for men to meet women. It made it easier for a small group of men with Lamborghinis, with fucking 6-pack abs, with Patek watches, with mansions to meet all of the girls. Does that make sense? And then part of the proof is when I asked you guys what percentage of men you think were 6'3", you said, 4% or whatever, and it's 1%. So these men that you think are normal, making $200,000 a year, by the way, the top 1% of wage earners in the United States make how much? What do you think? We're talking the top 1%. The top one, you're at the very top 1%. What do you think it is?
I really couldn't answer that.
Do you think 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 3 million, 4 million?
No,
What do you
I
think?
was thinking like at least 2 million.
2 million? What do you think? Meaning 99% of people, 99% of men make less than this number.
Maybe like 7 million, 6
7
million.
million a year? A year. Not total net worth. I'm talking about how much they make a year. 7 million?
Maybe like 5, 6.
5, 6 million? Okay, what do you think?
1 million?
1 million? What do you
10
think?
million.
Yeah, probably $1 million.
Yeah, beautiful. $400,000.
What?
You guys have you guys who've worked in bottle service, you guys have people you serve all the time that make more than $400,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
The top 1% of wage earners makes $400,000 a year. The average man makes $37,000 a year. Ready? Wow. Now, here's what happens. Now you start, because here's the problem. A lot of women are like, why can't I find a good man? And the reason why is because you think they exist when they don't. They fucking don't. And that's the thing. It's like, it's one of these things that this city kind of screws you up because you met a really hot guy who works at the club or whatever. You're sleeping with the DJ and you're just like, no, he thinks that I'm different. But no, the DJ's been with a bunch of girls because the DJ's 6'3", makes $200,000 a year. And he has so many fucking options you don't realize. Whereas every other man you met in your entire life has none. It's not a linear progression. It's a fucking exponential progression. So we just said 33% of men, 0 sexual partners. The average North American male has 5. So once we get to the 50th percentile, we're at 5. When we said we get to the top 5%, we said 150 partners. It goes like this. Whoop. That's what it looks like. So it's like, and when women are complaining about men over and over, they are literally fighting over this 5% of men that they're all fighting over. Do you understand?
So with all of that in mind,
now,
let's
we
find your ideal guy.
We're gonna find your ideal guy. I almost wish we'd done this first, but we did it in reverse.
Well,
order.
but it's cool because now they have a preview here.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
You like this? We do a lot of sociological stuff on the show.
Yeah.
Cool. It's about to get way more interesting once we get to this part. Now, the first question. We're going to talk about your ideal man, okay, and how tall he is. How tall is he? Can you write these down so we can put them all in?
Yeah. We'll average them out.
Yeah. Needs to be a minimum of what?
It's got to be taller than me, I guess.
But you're 5
foot.
You're 5 feet?
Yeah, I'm a little baby.
That's right, you are. I keep forgetting.
Taller than me. I used to care a lot about
so
height.
5'1" is good. So 5'1"
is the bare minimum.
Like 5'7".
5'7".
Would be the lowest.
Good enough.
Beautiful. Natty.
I think like 5'8", 5'9" would be
really
the shortest. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think
you're 5'3".
Tall, 5'2".
You're 5'2".
On a good day.
Yeah. If we hang you upside down for half an hour, you're 5'3". If you spend a week in space, you're 5'3".
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Shout out to the flat earthers. You can go to space. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Minimum height.
6 feet.
6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There goes the average. Oh wow.
5'7".
5'7"? Really? Okay, this is crazy. All right, this is definitely the shortest we've ever got. So just to let you guys know, on dating profiles, it'll go like you'll have a normal distribution for men. We don't care about a woman's height at all. Absolutely no preference. Men will put 5'3", no 5'1". They do not care in the slightest. Men do not care whatsoever. There's a few men that are super into like models in New York or whatever, but we're talking about less than 1% of men. Most men absolutely do not care about height. For women, you have this normal distribution in Europe where it goes by centimeters, right? And in the normal distribution looks like this, but not in the United States because we don't go by centimeters, do we? We go by feet and inches, and it goes like the normal distribution is 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", 6 foot, and then at 5'11", it drops off a fucking cliff. This does not happen in Europe. It only happens in the United States. For some reason, American women who go by the imperial system, that 6 foot number is a magic number, even though it doesn't mean shit. And most of the guys that you're dating who are 6 feet are wearing those Balenciaga lifts. That makes them 2 inches taller.
All right, let's do age. Minimum age, maximum age.
Oh, man. I mean, based on experience, probably somebody either 25 years older than me, maximum, and then minimum, like 2 years younger than me.
Can you just give an age for the guys?
Oh, for the guys? Oh.
Without me asking how old you are.
I mean, I thought we were like picking out like our max
you could go
that
there.
we would date.
Yeah, the website doesn't know how old you are.
Okay.
I need an age range.
Probably like anywhere from like my age to like mid-30s.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay.
28 to mid-30s.
To mid-30s?
I was like, yeah, mid-30s.
Let's say 25 to 35?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want?
I like older men, so I would say like 40.
40?
Yeah.
Oldest, what's the
40.
youngest?
What's the oldest?
Oh, the oldest? Oh, God.
You're a Fendom queen. We're going to talk about Fendom for a long time here.
So 40 is your youngest.
40 is my youngest.
Okay.
I mean, I could go like 36 maybe, but say like 55.
Okay. So yeah, say 36 to 55.
right,
What do you want?
Let's say like 30 to 50.
30 to 50?
That whole range.
Miss Nugs?
23 to 40.
23 to 40.
23.
You would date a 23-year-old?
Get it.
Real talk?
I'm really like motherly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I usually take care of people, so
Okay.
that's
Rob the
why
cradle.
I'm at, yeah.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right. So
okay,
now
let me key this in here.
Now, here's the
Okay.
thing, just so we can skip this part just in case. Do you guys care about his physique? Would you be with a guy who's a little bit chunky, or you do not want someone who's obese, or you don't care?
I absolutely give a fuck if a man takes care of himself, because why would I be taking care of myself more than he is?
Hell yeah. Okay. And what do you think?
Yeah, same. Like, I mean, it's not a big deal if they're a little out of shape, but as long as they're like healthy, that's my main thing. It's like
Yeah.
you don't need to be jacked or anything, but you do need to be, healthy and in shape and keep up with me if I want to,
I'm going
go out and do
to
something.
exclude obese.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Dumbo? You would exclude obese?
I personally, I mean, I wouldn't do obese, but I personally don't really care. But as long as, they put some initiative to like going to the gym and eating well. But I do like people
Natty.
who
Yeah,
like
I feel
to
like
eat.
it really depends on the person. I like really scrawny sometimes, like really tall, skinny, like.
Heroin chic.
I'm like learning so much about Natty.
Yeah.
But I also like dad bods, so it doesn't really matter. It depends
there
on
we
the
go.
person.
Okay,
And-
we're
We'll
coming
talk-
we're coming
we'll
back
talk-
to that
Dad
one.
bod.
I just
God.
recently started liking men with muscles. That's new for me. I was never into that.
It's the cycle, roided up cycle every spring here in Vegas. That's when all the fight. That's when all the fights start.
Wintertime, the dad.
All the girls are laughing because it's true.
Yeah,
So the thing is, what the problem with the whole dad bod myth is, if I were to show you an actual dad bod, you'd be like, "That's gross." People think dad bod is Jason Momoa. That's not dad bod. Okay.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, dad bod is like pasty, fat, no six pack, muffin top hanging over the side. That's the dad
Yum.
bod.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Like thick. Actually, yeah. I mean, I'd have to see. There's like a range.
For sure. I've just found that when women say dad bod and we show dad bod, it doesn't match up.
All right. We should exclude.
And then the last one's
we should exclude
We'll
married.
do both. We'll do both.
We should exclude married or not?
Yeah. Would you guys ever date a married person? Just raise your hand if you would. No.
No.
Have you guys ever dated a married person?
Oh, I mean, I would date them if like I was dating their wife too.
Okay.
Like,
Good answer.
Yeah.
I don't have that option.
I know.
I
usually check off like a different box.
Okay.
I have dated a married man, but I would never do it again. It would just have to be more so like on terms.
Yeah, for sure.
Exclude married.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got to do race.
No, we haven't done money yet. What,
money.
the
We'll do
minimum
money.
income.
Yeah.
like how much they would have to make a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, minimum.
Probably 70,000.
Okay. Minimum income.
Annually?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. 40,000?
40. What do you want? What do you think?
Maybe more.
Well,
Came back.
from where I come from, I feel like you got to be making more than my real father, first of all, or
Okay.
I'm not going to take you seriously. Second of all, I'm thinking about a mill. I know that sounds
Yeah.
crazy,
No, that's
but
fine.
I
It's
have
fine.
my
It's okay.
reasons.
That's
I have
fine.
my reasons.
Okay, I'm going to average it. That's fine.
That's fine. And yours? No, what you're going to do is
At least you didn't say 5. That's what CJ Sparks said.
yeah, she said $5 million a year is what her minimum was. We'll do the highest and then we'll do the lowest.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Highest and lowest?
No, not you.
I will.
Just
You guys tell
okay.
me. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like as long as they pay all their own bills and aren't making me take care of them, it's fine. But like I said, I usually end up taking care of them. So I guess I don't really look at guys' money sometimes. And it's one of my flaws. It's
all I care about right now.
Yeah, it's actually one of my biggest flaws. Trust me.
Maddie, have you
You're
ever,
going to care about it. You're going
Maddie,
to care
have you
about
ever
it.
dated a guy who like does
homeless?
Who's
Wait.
homeless, yeah. Couch surfing, homeless dude. Have you ever dated
I
someone
didn't
like
know.
Or would be homeless.
Because I know.
Came over and had a backpack and then never left.
Yeah.
And I was really confused because
And what ski
I was
resort
like,
did he work at?
you just came to visit, but you have your toothbrush, like everything with you? That's weird.
I'm learning so much about you, Natty. I did not
I
know.
know.
Just give a number. What's the minimum number you think they'd have to make?
Okay, like
Annual salary.
40.
40?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? We had Amanda Nicole on here a while ago, and she started talking about when she was dating guys in Los Angeles. It's like they had so much money that they would like not pay a lot of attention to some girls because they were just fucking loaded. She said, like, I like living in Vegas because these dudes are broke. They're so good looking and they're fucking broke. And
Hella
it's funny.
broke.
And it's funny listening to you girls because the answers that we got in Miami from women who are not, I don't mean to be rude, but like not anywhere near an order of magnitude less attractive than you guys. They were all saying they needed guys making 130 or less, and they believed. I mean, their numbers were outrageous, except for the mill. Their numbers were just fucking outrageous. Every one of them wanted to date a guy with 6'3". It was crazy. All right, cool. So very, very cool. So now here's what we're gonna do. Let's do this. Let's exclude obese. Let's do.
We got to do race too.
Oh, race. Sorry. Yeah. What race? Do you not care?
Yeah, I don't care.
Any?
Yeah,
Okay.
any.
Okay, because the options are this: any, white, black, or Asian.
I don't care. Any.
I like white boys for sure.
Okay. We are in Las Vegas because that is the least common answer in Miami.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put any at this point. Okay. All right. Ready?
So let's start at the top. So she
1
said
mil?
7. No, we can't do 1 mil.
No. Okay. Well, the lowest was 40,000.
So the top. Let's start at the top. The top would be 500,000.
Well, she said 1 mil, but
Said
like
1 mil.
I
But you can't go up.
I
You can't
can
go
only
above
go.
5.
I can max it out. That's
Yeah,
all.
max out is 500,000. The top 1% of wage earners in the United States make $400,000 a year.
Okay.
So that's it. So let's max that out, and then let's say the tallest you said was 6 feet tall.
I got the average at 5'10" right now.
Yeah, but let's not do the average. I want to do the top.
Oh, the top.
Yeah,
so
let's do the top.
the top was what, 6?
She said 6 feet tall. Yeah, she said a mil.
Okay.
Any race, and then they said not married
Not obese.
and not obese.
And we said the age range was 28
Let's just
to
say for
50?
this, let's just say 25 to 55. Just put them all in
25
there.
to 55. We got it. Okay.
All right. Those parameters we just gave you, they're 6 feet tall. We're going to do all of them, by the way. They're 6 feet tall. They make $70,000 a year. They are not married and they are not obese of any race. What percentage of men do you think that is?
70,000?
70, yeah.
Okay. Well, max.
Actually, no. Wait, she
I was
said,
at-
let's
I
max
was
it
at-
out.
I was
Max
at
it out.
max.
Max it
Yeah,
out.
I was at max.
Max it out first, and then we'll do 500.
500,000. Okay.
Making 500,000. What percentage?
10.
Jesus Christ. Okay, what do you think?
Probably like 0.5%.
0.5. Somebody can do math. What do you think?
0.3.
0.3. What do you think?
I was gonna say like 2%.
2%. What is the answer?
The answer is 0.010%.
So it's 1/100th of 1% of men
Aiming
because
high.
because we just said 400,000 is the top 1% of
Yeah.
our wage earners. So the number can't be higher than the number can't be higher than 1%. Does that make sense? Now do the same thing with $70,000. $70,000, same numbers. What percentage of men? What do you think?
Probably like 5%.
What do you think?
I'll say 5%. Yeah.
I don't know, like 1%.
What do you think?
Okay, this is the 2%.
2%. What do you think?
Getting close. 0.83%.
Yes.
Almost 1%.
So, guys, ready? Here we go, guys. You want a dude who is over 6 feet tall and makes $70,000 a year? It is 0.8%. That is the likelihood of you finding them. Now, it's skewed. It's skewed for you guys because it's skewed for you guys because you live here with a bunch of fucking male bartenders, male strippers, and male VIP hosts, and a lot of them are in that category, and so you believe that's what they're talking about. By the way, a lot of the hosts here are lying about how much money they make. So that's essentially what happens, because they end up on your fucking couch for a long time. But that's essentially what happens here. And so this is kind of part of the delusion where women start to believe that these numbers exist. And part of the reason why is because social media kind of makes us believe it that way. By the way, men have the opposite problem. You know what it is? It's called pornography. We watch porn and we start believing that women are like that, and they're not like that.
There is
also.
a male delusion calculator,
Yeah.
too, by the way.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
Oh, cool. We need to check that out. I
We'll
haven't seen it.
definitely have to check that out.
The problem with the male delusional calculator is like your physical attractiveness is not something that's very easy for us to, calculate. You understand?
Yeah. Well,
and
there's different criteria, too.
yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool.
Okay, do we want to do another one? Or
No, let's do the low end. So we're going to do 40,000 a year. We're going to do 5'7",
Okay.
$40,000 a year, any race, not married, not obese.
40,000, what did you say, 5 what?
5'7".
5'7". Any race, not obese. Age range the same.
Let's do 25 to 55.
Okay. Okay. And 40,000. Okay. All right. Now,
this sounds like
now
an
we go.
average man,
Here we
right?
go. This, yeah. Okay. So, not married, any race, at least 5'7", not obese, and earning at least $40,000 per year.
Hey, by the way, there's another thing. You know what most people making over $130,000 a year, most of them have in common? They're married. So when you guys say not married, you are excluding a massive amount of the male population.
Oh,
that's one of the things that happen because the majority of millionaires in this country are married, and so that's the reason why that was also excluded. That. So go ahead. What's the answer? Oh, hold on. What do you guys think? What do you think the answer is? 5'7", $40,000 a year.
Probably like 2%.
No, it's gonna be higher. Go ahead.
20%.
Maybe like 50%.
Like 6.
I don't know the answer to this, and I think it's going to be over 40%. What do you think?
It is 9%.
9%.
9.0%.
So the reason why that is again because of
You're
the
close. Who said 10? You win.
because of the marriage
I
because
said
of the
20.
marriage
I said
statistics, and because, like I said before, so many men in this country make less than $37,000 a year. That's the reason why that number's so low.
Now you're getting towards
Wow.
averages. So
Yeah.
you got 5'7". So we already know that the average height of the American male is 5'9".
Do you know most of the club promoters you guys know don't make $40,000 a year? Like that there's a
Yeah.
lot of that. Yes, for sure. The guys who are stocking the shelves at Walmart in the middle of the night do not make $40,000 a year. And so that's the reason why that happens. Now, if we were in New York State, yes. If we're like in Manhattan, those numbers are going to be skewed upwards, obviously, because of cost of living there. And same thing in Los Angeles. But in general, if somebody lives in Waco, Texas, there's a lot of guys out there that are not making $40,000 a year. Crazy. Kind of sucks to be a dude, doesn't it?
Yes.
Kind of like gives you some insight to the plight that they have and why so many of them like started doing a bunch of crazy shit on the internet in the last couple of years. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to have people understand whether or not you like people like, I don't know, we'll just say Andrew Tate. The reason why so many people, like why there were 12 billion searches of his name this past year. He was the most searched person on TikTok and the most searched person on Google back in August in the entire world, was because there were a bunch of these men who nobody noticed. Do you understand? And women are like, oh yeah, just be hotter and taller and just have more money. Why don't you? Then you'll get all the girls you want. Do you understand how like demeaning that was to a lot of men? And they were sitting there and nobody was listening to them. No one noticed them. And then he came up and started saying the stuff he said, regardless if you agree with it or not. The reality of the situation is that's where it came from. Does that make sense? It was almost like when you think about the coal miners during the Trump administration, when he was talking to these unemployed coal miners, getting them to vote for him, or the African Americans that ended up voting for Barack Obama. They went and found a group of people that did not feel like they were being represented, and then they represented those people. That's essentially what happened. Got it? Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, awesome.
The other thing is also the obesity rates, too. So
yeah, that's the other thing. About 75%
well, 75% of the U.S. population is overweight.
Yeah, that's the other reason why. And I should have said that.
35% of men are obese, and 40% of women are morbidly obese.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
75% of the population is obese. Yes. When you go to Europe, you don't see these morbidly obese people. So one of the problems is, from an evolutionary standpoint, your species, and you can see this with like Yanomamo Indians, and there's certain Yanomamo. Sorry,
I know, it's hard.
This is Professor Jared Diamond from UCLA.
Yes.
Thank you, Professor Diamond.
Before anybody gives us grief about this, because I know people are going to take this and they're going to clip it and they'll go, are those numbers really what? Yes, they are. They're drawn from the U.S. Census Bureau data and the NCHS data. So go talk to them if you don't believe it.
So with some of these Inuit tribes, some of these ancestral tribes, what'll happen is when those people are introduced to McDonald's, the first time they're introduced to like Western cuisine, they become diabetic. Often they become morbidly obese because in their society they're scourging for food, right? They're hunter gatherers. They have to hunt for meat, and they might not consume meat for maybe once every 14 days. Then all of a sudden they live in this, like, you can be lower middle class in the United States and eat enough French fries till you die, till you fucking die. You can afford French fries till you die. There's a 99-cent menu over at Wendy's that will fucking kill you if you want it to. You understand? So that's the reason why we don't have to forage for food anymore. And so we have an obesity rate that's just outrageous, and that's what happens. You can use fat in certain ways where it actually acts in the brain like heroin. There's a great book on this called Sugar, Salt, Fat, and the Omnivore's Dilemma, if you guys want to read that. You can actually use fat, and it will trigger the same reward center as fucking heroin. That's what happens. And so people do that. They trick, some of these food producers trick your mind, and then so you're eating those you remember those Lunchables? With the crackers and the fucking yellow cheese in it? Yeah, they were so, the little pizza, the pepperonis and everything.